Two of the biggest institutions in Formula 1 are back this week. And no, we don't mean Daniel Ricciardo coming out of retirement, although he was spotted at Wimbledon. We mean Silverstone and the return of Formula 1 transfer silly season. Everybody's been talking about Max Verstappen moving to Mercedes, and Ralf Schumacher was asked about it on the Boxing Gossip podcast, and he said, "I would also say it seems that way. I'm just curious to see what happens with George Russell after that. Toto wouldn't leave him hanging. It's a tricky topic." Where does Toto Wolff go next? Is Kimi Antonelli his chosen one? Is he the driver to sit together with Max Verstappen next season? Or is it George Russell, the senior figure who's been tipped as a possible future Formula 1 world champion? Which of those will stay at Mercedes next season? Let us know in the comments. Ralf Schumacher also suggested that maybe Aston Martin could be a possible destination for George Russell next season. But you'd have to think that Lawrence Stroll usually likes a world champion sitting beside his son at his team, so I don't think that one's going to happen. Where do you think George Russell is going to go? As well as that, there was a huge boost for Lewis Hamilton this week ahead of Silverstone. Last week, we saw in Austria the new Ferrari floor worked wonders with Charles Leclerc getting a podium and Lewis Hamilton finishing in P4, but we don't necessarily mean that. It's Roscoe Hamilton could be back at the grid. We could see him in Ferrari red. Roscoe Hamilton in Ferrari red. It's what a lot of fans have been waiting for, and we got good news this week on Roscoe Hamilton, who's recovered from the pneumonia bout that he had earlier in this year, and his trainer has been posting videos of him on Instagram, and he's looking pretty cute, I think you have to say. And his trainer, Kristen McMillan, has posted up an update that older dogs can have fun too. And she wrote, yes, senior dogs are going to be stiffer from joint issues. However, not playfully engaging with them on a regular basis can actually accelerate their mental aging. If you're still waiting to get silly with your dog, they'll invite you down to get down on the floor and act completely ridiculous with them. So hopefully we see some of that at Silverstone with Lewis and Roscoe, the return of everyone's favourite F1 partnership.